Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Raynah Rey, and we're back with Executive Director Lindsey Ellis and President Diedre Lhamon of the Covering House. Lindsey, let me ask you, when Diedre came to you and said, look, we need to put together a program, from a social perspective, what does that program look like to really give these girls the help that they need? And then Diedre, I want you to talk about the process when she's done with developing the program.
My history has been in residential. I've worked in the residential setting with adolescents for a little over, well, close to 18 years. And one of the things when Diedre and I started talking is this was the first time that I had personally had the opportunity to start something from the ground up, and really reaching a need and doing something the way that we felt like kids needed it. So our program is very individualized. We don't do behavior modification in the sense of we don't say if you do this, you get this. It's all, as soon as one of our girls comes in, we sit down with her, she helps us write her own goals. We try to establish where she is. We identify what she's gonna need to feel safe. We work with her through her trauma at her own pace, at her own, we always say it's her journey, her story, and her process. So whatever that looks like, we don't measure success the same way because each girl has an individual goal in mind, and it's not fair to ask everyone to have this kind of quantitative measure. So when she comes into us, she sits down with us, we start setting her goals, we start working with her parents or her supportive adults. We do a holistic program, so we offer on-site school. What we've found is that our girls are sometimes more receptive to talk about their trauma or their experiences when they're writing poetry, or they're writing creatively in class, or they're reading literature about someone that's experienced something, and processing in that way. So we incorporate everything together so that they have a holistic program. And then our program is designed that a girl can stay with us for as long as she needs. So she may live at the house for a year, or she may enter with community-based services. But we've had some of our girls that started with us in 2013 and are continuing services in different capacities. So for some of those girls, we've just become their mentors. They just drop in and spend time with us. For some of them, their therapy has just evolved based on what they can handle from their trauma. Triggers are different all the time, and it's a very long process. So our goal is to have those long-term relationships, offering the girls the services they need based on who they are as an individual.
All right, Diedre, how do you how do you even get some of these girls out of trafficking? How do you find them? How do you rescue them? And what happens when you get them?
We don't do any rescuing. We leave to the professionals like in law enforcement. We have a real close relationship with the St. Louis City detectives that we work with. And in fact, we just had a gala on Saturday night where we honored one of them because he is available for us anytime that we need him. So we work with local law enforcement. We also work with the FBI if they cross state lines. We've had parents contact us and say, look, I've seen changes in behavior and I think this is what's going on. So they've brought their kids to us. One of the things that we were honestly surprised about are the number of kids that have come out of that are involved in very healthy relationships at home. We thought for sure these kids were going to be kids on the street or in children's division, and we've seen where we've had many clients who have very stable homes, and so we actually receive them from different places.
Wow. So if a parent is out there, or if someone has a friend that they know is getting into something they shouldn't be into, how can they reach you? What do they do?
If you go to our website, there's a referral form. Directly on the website, it'll come straight to us. They can also call the office number. That is also set up to where they can reach someone at any time. And then from there, we just start the referral process. We usually do an interview with the girl, as well as boy. At this stage, yes. And then also just with whoever their supportive adult is, whether that is coming to us from Children's Division or a parent, to see what stage of the program they need to be in, because not all of our kids are going to go to the long-term therapeutic home.
Sure. And you have an event coming up that we need to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We have on March 31st is our first annual Golf for Refuge event, and it will be at Sunset Hills Country Club in Edwardsville, Illinois. So we're hoping that people turn out for that for us.
We hope so, because the funds raised will go right back into the program to help.
Yes.
soothe the minds, the spirit, the soul of the girls and boys that you work with at the program.
And can I just say, these events are really important to us because 57% of our children come with no funding source. And so if we get a referral and they have no funding source, we have private placements set aside, but it's expensive for caring for these children from 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So these events are really important for us.
Well, thank you for doing what you do. It's such a tragic thought that somebody that young could be caught up in something like this, but thank you for being there to make it better for them, get them out of it, and help them move on. The Covering House Golf Tournament will be held on March 31st at Sunset Hills Country Club in Edwardsville, Illinois. Check-in is at 7:30 a.m. and tee-off starts at 8. And on May 6th, the Journey Church at 4900 Reber Place will host Shop Till You Drop with doors opening at 8 a.m. For more information on the Covering House and these two events, visit thecoveringhouse.org or call 314-962-3450. There's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.